All right, what's going on? This your man Theo Butler back. Another segment of Hard in the Paint. I know I've been gone for a minute, but hey, life goes on. Special request. My man Clay Cochran said, "Hey Theo, I need you to get back out there and do me another Hard in the Paint." So I said, "Okay, here we go." What I'm gonna talk about right now is Todd Gurley and Jameis Winston. I'm gonna piss some of y'all off, and you know what? Hey, it is what it is. Famous Jameis, as they like to call him. First of all, let me just say this: I don't dislike the Florida State Seminoles, and I don't dislike Jameis Winston. I will say that I see some things that need to be changed. Um, Jameis Winston is the face of the Florida State Seminoles, and he's going to be entering a draft where he's going to be looking to become the face of somebody's multi-million, if not billion-dollar corporation. And these people are going to ask some very pointed questions of Jameis Winston. Right now, Jameis Winston is hurting his draft stock. I get it. Theo, leave him alone. He's just a kid. I got news for you. He's not just a kid. He's a celebrity. He's in the limelight, and he's going to be treated as such. Jameis Winston right now is risking thousands, if not millions of dollars in endorsement deals. Let's go down the timeline. 2013. My camera just fell. My camera just fell. Either way, 2013, he gets hit with an alleged sexual assault against a young lady. Uh, Due to some, we're just going to say that due to the investigation by the Tallahassee Police Department and the state of Florida District Attorney's Office, he was found not guilty. Okay. After that, we had Crabgate, Crab Leg Gate, whatever you want to call it. Um, he had to deal with that. Um, After that, you were looking at him being in the student union talking about some song, "She Let Me Hit It" and everything like that. From there, he gets suspended for one half. Where I come from, even back in elementary school, if you got suspended from school, that meant you couldn't go to school. Guess what? He was on the Florida State sideline. Um, these are things that you just cannot do. Because you and I do it, probably. You and I are not Jameis Winston. You and I are not looking at being drafted in the first round. You and I are not looking at making millions of dollars and doing something that for all sake and purposes is sports entertainment. That's what football is. It's sports. We like to treat it as something totally different, but at the end of the day, it really is just that, sports. But this young man is looking at turning this into a business. Now, when Jameis Winston goes to the NFL Combine, he's not just going to be putting his athletic skills on display. He's going to be putting his maturity on display. And right now, his maturity is taking a lot of hits. When Coca-Cola, Sprite, and Nike or Reebok or Adidas or Under Armour come calling, if they come calling, they're going to be looking at this. Johnny Manziel was in this situation not too long ago, and right now, Johnny Manziel is the second string quarterback on the Cleveland Browns behind a journeyman quarterback named Brian Hoyer. And when Johnny Manziel got to Cleveland, his head coach told him to sit down and shut up. You are not starting. Guess what? Not only is Johnny not even starting, despite that Snickers commercial, he's not really even seeing the field. That's what Jameis Winston is risking. Because if you can't see the field, you can't get paid like you're supposed to. If you're not seeing the field, you can't get endorsements like you're supposed to. And that's why I applaud Mark Richt for what he did with Todd Gurley. If you're not a Georgia Bulldog fan, you don't see Todd Gurley headbutting players from opposing teams. Those players are getting flagged, but Todd Gurley is the one that's instigating it. If you're not a Georgia fan, you're not taking into consideration right before he got suspended, Todd Gurley was out in town after curfew hours at a nightclub where there was an altercation that took place. And somebody said Todd Gurley swung and hit them. Todd should have been in his room. Then we have the memorabilia issue. Mark Richt had enough. Mark Richt, who you know is not opposed to kicking players off the team, he didn't kick Todd off the team. He suspended Todd. What he did was he said, "Young man, you are not bigger than the team. Young man, I'm going to help you when those around you seem incapable of helping you. I'm going to shut you down and give you a nice dose of humble pie." I had to eat those 2 games. I told y'all on Monday Todd was going to be back by the Florida game. Guess what? Georgia just filed paperwork with the NCAA to get Todd Gurley reinstated. Hopefully when this young man he comes back, he realizes, you know what? I stood to lose a lot by doing foolishness. Not things that were punishable by law, but foolishness. Things that could cost him millions of dollars down the road, if not cost him some suspension time. And when I say suspension time, I mean some NFL league suspension time that's usually accompanied with fees that you don't want to pay. If not that, some misdemeanor jail time, in which now this young man has a record. You can be a Florida State Seminole fan, you can be a Georgia Bulldog fan, but you know what? It's bigger than that when it comes to these two young men. We're supposed to teach them values. We're supposed to teach them responsibility. And you say what you want to, but if those were our individual children that were out there conducting themselves like that, we'd have beat that ass a long time ago. Some of us probably would have been locked up like Adrian Peterson was, but you know what? We'd have beat that ass a long time ago. This is Theo Butler. This is my Heart in the Paint segment. I hope to be coming back to see you guys more often, at least once a week. Y'all take care. God bless. Peace. I'm out.